Hello everybody. I picked up this Sunbeam Quartz Heater at the junkyard the other day. Since the elements were still in good condition, my assumption was that the thermal sensor here, the thermal overload, might have tripped and therefore the heater's inoperative. Well, it turns out that that thermal switch was fine, sometimes called a thermal fuse. The problem was with this switch. This is the high-low on-off switch. And I could not find a new switch anywhere. I found switches that were close, but not the exact electrical configuration that I wanted. But I was able to repair this, and unfortunately I didn't shoot any video while I was doing it because I wasn't confident that I was going to be able to implement a repair. But I did, so let me just walk you through what the repair was, and maybe you'll be able to salvage your heater as well. It turns out the problem with the heater is this on-off switch. This is a basically off, low, high switch. Here's the knob. I could not find a replacement switch, but I did repair this switch, but unfortunately didn't take any video. Let me explain to you how to get this out. First of all, inside these there'll be 3 wires entering the switch through these openings. All you need to do is push a small pin or a finishing nail, for example, to depress the metal tab that's in there and pull the wire out. Make sure you note which wire goes to which connection. The connections are marked L, 1, 2, and 3. 3 is not used on this particular heater, which is why you're going to be able to repair it. So if you open these tabs here, these 2 silver tabs, you'll be able to gently lift this cover off. And inside you will see 4 electrical contacts, 1 in each corner. 1, 2, 3, and 4. You'll notice, if you look at them carefully, you will notice that one of the contacts is badly damaged. And all I did was I took the contact from the unused position, which is position number 3. Position 3, there's no wire coming out of it, but you can remove that terminal, take that terminal out, flip it upside down, and replace the damaged terminal, put it all back together again, and this works. So I could not find the exact switch. I found switches that look like this, but this switch is a little bit particular in that in position 1, the line is connected to position 1. In position 2, the line is connected to both 1 and 2. So it's not 1 or 2, it's 1 and 2. So I apologize for not shooting any video. There is another video out there with a guy who talks about these switches, but this is what I did. Couldn't find an exact replacement switch. Again, there are lots of them out there that look like the right switch, but they're not the right configuration. Take the undamaged terminal out of position number 3, and I don't recall whether, I think my damaged terminal was in position 1, or position L, the common terminal. The common terminal. So you'll be able to see which one of the 4 terminals inside these 4 corners looks different. Just swap the unused one for the damaged one and you'll be good to go. Here's a pretty good picture of what that contact looks like. There are 4 of these sort of Z-shaped contacts, and you'll notice that one of them is damaged. Just swap the damaged one for the unused one. This will work perfectly for you.